Hello, my name is John Eory. I'm a shareholder and member of the Family Law Department at Stark & Stark. And this is the first of a series of discussions with experts in divorce and matrimonial cases. And my guest today is Rob Kleeger. Rob is the managing director of the Intelligence Group. They're an investigations firm in Bedminster, New Jersey. Rob's expertise is in digital forensic investigations. Rob helps attorneys identify digital information that may be sought in a matrimonial dispute, extract the information, and put it in a usable format for purposes of settlement or divorce litigation if necessary. I have found in my practice that the pace of technology has outpaced the law on many occasions. For example, electronically stored information by a divorcing party and the issues of how to access such material is critical. The do's and don'ts involved. Rob, I use the term digital forensic investigation. What does that mean?
I often refer to that as a digital autopsy. It's commonly known as computer forensics or cyber forensics. It's simply a process of gathering electronic information in a scientific practice so that everything is done in a way that can stand up in court in order to solve any type of civil or criminal legal matter. We often find information pertaining to the who, when, what, how, and why electronic information was used on a computerized device.
Well, on what types of digital devices can this digital forensic investigation be performed?
Commonly, it would be a computer hard drive, a desktop, a laptop. We're seeing USB thumb drives, today's digital cameras, your PDAs, your cell phones, your iPods, all types of electronic media. One of the things that we're seeing a little bit more of a growth area is the digital copy devices and fax machines, which are often scanning information in as well into that computer system. So it's really any type of computerized device that could be connected or inserted into a computer.
And good intentions of people aside, what information can a digital forensic investigation provide that a technical person or a lay person cannot provide?
It's a great question. Many times when it comes to a technical person or a lay person, one of the things that they are commonly looking for is the active data, the data that is accessible on their computer. If they don't have forensic capabilities, either software or hardware, they are not able to get to the deleted or the inaccessible area of the hard drive, whereby a forensic investigation, it is an investigation, and by using these tools, it is somewhat not only a scientific method, but it's the art form and the experience to pull out and extract that deleted or hidden information that may be looking for to support a legal case.
In your experience, what common mistakes or issues have you found or faced pertaining to these digital investigations?
Most often it depends on whether it's a covert situation where we've gone into a home or a business and imaged the hard drive there, or it was turned over based upon a court order through a subpoena. Most commonly, we're finding that we are seeing the files that were deleted or last accessed prior to an incident being turning over that computer, or usually it's the defragging of a computer. Sometimes we're seeing information has been wiped through the use of a wiping program or an anti-forensics program. So we really could look across the entire hard drive and see all the activities that have occurred to then isolate what were the things that were going on during specific days or times prior to us being involved to image the hard drive.
When would a lawyer or his or her client know when to engage a digital forensic expert?
Well, hopefully after listening or watching this footage, but certainly when a client comes into an office and speaks to their attorney about their potential matter, more often we're getting involved during that process immediately thereafter, and sometimes even before, to help identify what is the best way and chain of events so that none of the issues will go ahead and have an impact on their case. So, you know, oftentimes it's just having a conversation so that I can assist identification of what we can or maybe cannot help in relationship to that specific matter.
But sooner the better is the way to go.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Now, what are the typical steps involved in this digital forensic investigation?
Well, like most shows that you've seen on TV, CSI, Criminal Minds, when they arrive on scene, you know, and they're wearing latex gloves, they're doing so in order to protect that scene. In essence, it's the same thing that would happen when you perform a digital investigation. I often consider there's 5 steps. The first step is called the acquisition step. And there's 2 types. Sometimes it's a logical copy whereby you're capturing only the accessible data off of that hard drive. By doing so in a non-forensic way, it may have an impact of changing and altering date information, when a file was created, by whom, when it was last accessed. Often a data about data is referred to as metadata, and that's the type of information that I'm talking of. The second type is obviously the digital forensic acquisition, which is a bit-by-bit, sector-by-sector copy. And in essence, by having certain software and hardware, what we're doing is we're protecting the original device through our means that's reading, that's writing all of that original information onto our hard drive. Right. Therefore, once it is copied and verified, the courts will accept that as the original evidence. And that happens through the next step called authentication. And the authentication in the forensics field is often referred to as a hash, commonly an MD5 or a SHA-1 hash. Ultimately, it's a DNA fingerprint. So once we acquire the information electronically, we then go ahead and we hash so that we have a DNA fingerprint, which at that point is where the courts would accept our duplicate copy as if it was the original.
Right.
And the last 3 stages would be the analysis stage, whereby we would look for keywords, we would look to recover deleted files and folders, we create web pages, emails, and the like. And then we would document our findings and interpret it so that the attorneys would understand it or lay people would understand it. And then, if necessary, in support, either for expert testimony, we would respond to certifications and affidavits accordingly.